talk a little bit. Hope everybody out here on the road, man, everybody that's getting to it, y'all be safe, take your time, be patient. You know, we gonna get there. So y'all see the title. It's trucking has a lot of, you know, hardship with it, or difficulties, or bad situations. And we gotta understand, man, like, especially the guys that's just coming into the game, just getting into trucking. Everything take time, man. It take time. Be patient, keep working, be consistent, learn along the way. Don't stop learning. Don't stop picking up game. Understand there's always people out here that know something that you don't know. Coming in, I know for me it was real frustrating, so I can understand and believe it's frustrating for a lot of drivers. The game is up and down, and the game is all how you play it. Like I spoke on my last video I had put up. You want to be out here with much as credentials as you can get, much endorsements as you can get. Even if you don't go in the ports, if you don't go in the rail yards, if you don't go in the airports, you still want to have a TWIC card. You have it. Any opportunity may pop up out of nowhere where you're ready and you're prepared. And also another thing with my channel, so if you ain't on this ain't the channel for you to be locked in with, because we about building, we about growing, we gonna share some laughs, but we want to improve. One thing about my channel, I'm not here for the whining. I'm not here for the complaining. That's not what men do. If a man gonna cry, what the woman and children gonna do? So that's just how I move with my channel, with this channel. My channel is your channel. Everybody got the free will to speak and say what you want to say, as long as it ain't disrespectful, man. Share your opinions, share your thoughts. It's all good. We all can learn from each other. I may be giving some information that may not be the right information, and one of y'all may have it, and I can learn. I'm cool. I'm good with that. That's a blessing. But yeah, man, trucking comes with up and downs. I've been doing this since 2013. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of companies. I've been all around the country. It's only about 3 states that I've never been to. But you gotta take everything trucking come with, man, and keep pushing, keep striving. Network with other drivers. Some of y'all be stuck at truck stops. Y'all be seeing other guys at truck stops and whatnot. Sometimes spark a conversation. You never know. Like, I done met guys that make 200K, right? 150K. Like, yo, how did you find out about where you work? Man, I met somebody at a truck stop. So a lot of us, man, this new age of anti-social, we're running into so many other guys that won't even ask questions. Do a lot of guys be capping in line? Yeah. But you still ask questions. And then you might run into somebody else from the same company at another spot, and you can ask him and see if see if the answers are lining up. Like my job, right? Ain't no secret. Last year I made a $211,000. I'm an owner operator. So the job before that I was making like $112. Before that I was making around like $45,000, $50,000. And this is year after year after year. But I got into these situations by asking people, asking questions, figuring things out. You understand what I'm saying? You run into somebody that seems like a good person, man, get their number sometimes. Sometimes guys are not tripping even though they don't know you if you just ask for their number. One thing about older men, right? Because I consider myself as an older guy now. I'm 39. I just turned 39 in July, right? I ain't no young kid no more. And the older we get, one thing about older men, for the young guys that don't know no better, a old tongue loves to wag, man. A old tongue loves to wag. Also, if you talk to somebody long enough, they'll tell you their life story. So be mindful of that. But like I said, this channel, we not here for complaining and whining. If we gonna do that, we gotta have solutions. If we gonna do that, we gotta have things in place to say, hey man, I can help you with that, or I can help you with this. If we did that more people wouldn't be whining or tripping or upset about trucking. And this another thing too with all us men, man. Stop getting stuck in situations. So I give y'all a story. I give y'all an example of what I'm saying about stop getting stuck in situations. I had a guy, he followed me on Facebook. This is when I was working for A. Dewey Powell. If you from the East Coast, you probably seen, because they only on the East Coast, you probably seen A. Dewey Powell. The furthest they go is like Virginia to all the way to the top of the country, and then over to the tip of Ohio. But I was posting my pay stubs, my checks and stuff on online, so he hit me up. He was like, yo, man, how can I get in there? Boom, 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 whatever. So I was giving him the game. He was like, I'm tired of being over the road. I'm like, all right, cool. This joint local. All I'm doing is dropping and hooking. My checks be like $1,800 a week. You know what I mean? After my taxes and everything took out. So he like, cool. He like, he telling me, I said, yo, why you don't quit your job and try to come over here? I'm like, they hiring. One of the things that bothered me that he said that he don't know how his girl would feel. As a man, you don't give a damn how your girl gonna feel if it's gonna benefit your family. You understand me? You can't be sitting around a woman that's feelings are floppy, worrying about what she think. You gotta do what's best for your family. So I told him, I'm like, he like, man, I can't just do that. We just had a baby. I don't want to do that to my woman. Bro, you chasing greatness. If I'm chasing greatness and my wife like, I need you home every day, or can you please just be home, but I'm gonna be home and broke, guess what? I'm not gonna be home. She may be upset, but when I'm sending them checks over, she gonna feel different. Do y'all agree? Leave a comment if y'all agree. So I told him, I'm like, bro, listen, you don't want to be over the road. You just had a new baby. I said, get over here. If you can get over here, quit your job, and you can leave it open or whatever, because you might say, man, this ain't for me, I'm going back. Quit your job. He like, man, I got bills. I said, okay. I said, your rent, man, is not, this is just my logic. I said, yo, the person you pay rent to, if you've been paying your rent consistently and you miss it by a week or two, they not going to want to kick you out, because they're going to have to, depending on how long you've been in that home, they're going to have to fix the house up. They're going to have to paint it. They're going to have to replace the carpets. I'm like, bro, they ain't going to kick you out. And another thing, we got to learn to pay ourselves before we pay everybody else. But I told him, I'm like, bro, your rent man ain't going to kick you out, so it's no worries with that. When you get your check, you take your check and you go buy a little squatter car, because at the time he said he didn't have a car. I'm like, yo, you can get the cheapest rental you can get, because the orientation, once you get through orientation, you're going to have like a $900 check from being in orientation every 5 days. Then after that, you're going to have an $1,800 check guaranteed, because you're going to be in training, so you know everything's slow in training. But he was scared to take that leap, man. And then he ended up hitting me like a year later telling me he had a local job, but he said the job wasn't paying much. Too many of us men, man, we don't want to take risks. If you broke, or if you really ain't in a good situation, if you sleeping on somebody's couch and you take a chance and the chance don't work out, you gonna go right back to sleeping on somebody's couch. You didn't lose nothing. If I got $1,000, I got $20,000, whatever it is, and it's an opportunity, I'm pushing it all to the middle of the table and betting it all and saying, let's go. You got to be willing to bet the house. Too many of us guys, man, we afraid to bet the house. Man, we putting it all to the middle of the table. Let's go. And if we lose it, we go get it back. And we go get more. That's how this thing go, man. You can't be scared of opportunity. Stop being afraid of success. Success is not a hard thing to grasp or accomplish. What are you doing, Carl?
Maintain safe distance.
Get off your phone. It's not that difficult. But if you don't take no chances, you don't get no rewards. People can watch somebody like me double and triple my income in a few years. I believe every man should be doubling their income every 3 to 5 years. It's not hard or difficult. It's not. And you gotta continue to give yourself a challenge. That's what men do. We face challenges, we go through hardship, we conquer that shit, and we win. We win. As a man, get out here and win. Be your best self. Know who you are. Trust in yourself. Have belief. Stop allowing people to place fear within you and have you say, oh man, that ain't gonna work out, bro. Don't do that, man. Man, that don't even make sense to do that, man. Do what worked for you. Because if you don't, you always gonna be that dude be like, man, I should have did this. Man, I should have did that. I'd rather lose than have regret that I never took a chance. But that's just me. That's just how I'm built. I grew up in the projects. I grew up with a single dad, my 2 older brothers. Growing up in the projects, man, you could always be a victim. But we was never going to be victims. We was never going to let people abuse us. We just ain't going for that. And for the guys that don't have a lot of confidence all the time, or y'all get in ruts of you trying to get back in your groove with being a provider or being a man or a good dad or just a good man, period. Remember where you came from. Throughout your life, it was something that you did, and it might be many things. It's things that you did where you stood out from all the other kids. It's things that you did, you stood out from all the other teenagers. Some of y'all was in college. It was some things that you did that the other dudes couldn't do. You got to tap back into them good moments and understand exactly who you are. You understand? Because sometimes we all lose confidence. Sometimes we all lose trust in ourselves. Especially when we got a bunch of people around us with no confidence and no trust in themselves. And they stagnant. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, you got to tap back into your younger self and be like, man, I remember I did this. I remember I did that. Man, these dudes can't fuck with me. Sometimes you gotta lie to yourself. So let's see if I can make it under this low bridge. Probably not. Hold on 1 second, yo. I made it through a low bridge the other day. Let's see. That joint 7.5, man. Take risks. Stop being afraid. Somebody else would have seen that bridge and like, I ain't taking a chance. If I can't make it through, I'm gonna just back up the road and go the other way. I'm in a tanker, so in a day cab also. So that's why I made it through. But man, take chances and take risks. Stop being afraid. Stop being scared. Be a man. And one of my mottos, one of my mantras, man, let your nuts hang, man. Man, we can be great if we want to. A lot of us, we living with our nuts in our stomach. Or women talk to us any type of way. One thing about it, if you ain't on top of your game, you ain't on top of your manhood, a woman gonna disrespect you. You gonna teach a female how to treat you depending on how you move with yourself. If you ain't moving correctly, if you one of them guys that say, oh, I gotta make sure my woman feel this type of way, or my wife is just happy and this. Bro, you better do what's going to get y'all to the finish line, what's going to get y'all to the next level, what's going to get her to a comfortable life. My wife used to work hard as hell, way harder than me, because I was in a weak state of excuses. Once I stopped making excuses, my wife don't work no more. Yo, make your job. Focus on our children. But you gotta be strong. You gotta be a man. You have to let your nuts hang. Too many of us are worrying about how our woman feel or their feelings. You're doing the right thing for your family and for you. You're doing what's right. It may hurt in the beginning, because everything that's good or going to take you to the next level going to hurt in the beginning. But after a while, it won't. Working out hurts. After you've been working out for so long, you tear your muscles. You're like, all right, it's just another day at the gym. I'll be back tomorrow. It's the same thing, man. Same thing. Same thing. Don't be afraid to go get yours. Don't be afraid to make it happen. People say it ain't no money in trucking. My checks be 4K, 3K a week, 3,500. I don't know how it ain't no money in trucking. I'm not special. I just work hard. I grind. You gotta get out here and grind when you're in this trucking industry. You gotta make it happen. Sometimes shit ain't gonna work out the way you wanted to work out. Some days you might, like on the owner-operator state, some days you might work, grind, something might happen with the truck. Half of your week pay might gotta go to the truck. It come with the game. But nobody complain when they making 20K a week and they ain't have no expenses but the ones that they supposed to have, like fuel, insurance, truck note, or whatever it is if you got a truck note. Nobody complains. But when something break and it's $4,000 and this the first complications you had in 90 days. So you made 60,000 and you gotta get $4,000 back to your truck so you can make another 60K. We be complaining. Stop it, man. Stop it. Get out here and win. And I know I made this a little longer than what I wanted to be, but fellas, get out here and win, man. We want to win. Like I said, y'all can share comments. We can say what we want here. I'm not tolerating being disrespectful, but if you got a difference of opinion with me, cool, man. I'm not mad at you. We all can have opinions. We all men. It is what it is. We all don't think the same. But no whining, no complaining, hard work. No man should be working less than 60 hours. 40 hours ain't gonna cut it. And no disrespect, but I guarantee you, if you watch this video and you work 40 hours a week, I guarantee you life ain't looking the way you want it to look. But y'all be safe, man. Take your time. Be patient. To the new guys getting into the industry, it's ups and downs in this trucking. Find your niche and go ham at your niche. Find your spot, find your industry within the trucking industry, and go hard with what you want to do. Stop listening to negative people. Go get yours. If it's on your heart and it's in you, go get it. Go make it happen. And it's going to take time, but it's cool. You got to do the time anyway. Some of y'all might start...
At the next light, turn left.
Some of y'all might have just started this year and feeling like it ain't working out, It may take to 2030. If you're going to be driving trucks, you still got to go to 2030. So just make it work for you, man. Take your time, be patient, be consistent, and don't let nothing stop you. Don't let it break you. I'm going to start sharing stories, what I've been through. I've been in this since 2013. I'm going to start giving y'all horror stories and different things that I went through in the industry to try to help guys get through. Y'all be safe, man.